Hello and welcome. So as the title says, heal your thyroid naturally. So following on from yesterday's Facebook Live, I decided to do some Facebook Lives series, different parts and sections on how I healed my underactive thyroid. So today is part one, and part one I wanted to tell you about where I was at in my life, what had been going on prior to the diagnosis, and how things panned out. So it would have been, so basically I'd been trying for a baby, and I had lost two babies. I'd had a miscarriage and I'd had a natural miscarriage. And so because of my age, 42, the doctors were very kind and decided to look into why these miscarriages were coming about. And it was there that it transpired that I was suffering from an underactive thyroid. But in the meantime, I had taken it upon myself to go and seek help from a herbalist. I did a little research on the internet and I came across a beautiful lady called Andrea Hughes. And we talked about obviously where I was at with my health and what had happened with the babies. And she took a full history of what had been going on prior, and she prescribed herbs tailored to where I was at and what was going on with my body. On top of that, I did some research myself. Now, this is where I got quite frustrated because there was lots of conflicting advice. And so I got all my books out and I basically wrote all the different options that one book suggested and another book suggested. I did a lot of research and I'd come to the conclusion that there was quite a lot of minerals and vitamins that I needed to take in order to support my body. So also the herbalist had suggested that I actually get my gut bacteria tested to see that it was at optimum, because as I'd said prior to yesterday's video, that if your gut bacteria isn't to optimum, then basically taking vitamins and minerals or herbs that get digested through the stomach isn't going to be as efficient as if the gut bacteria isn't at optimum. So let me know if you're catching this on the replay. Hi, thank you for tuning in. And like I said, this is going to be several series of how I cured my underactive thyroid. And today's session is where I was at when I got told about my underactive thyroid. So in a way, so I'd been to the herbalist, I was on some herbs, I was taking some vitamins, and I was really taking my health seriously. You know, I just suffered from some miscarriages. To me, that was a sign that my body perhaps wasn't optimum, and that in order to bring a baby into this world, I needed my body to be at its best. So I carried on taking the vitamins and the minerals and the herbs, and before you know it, I was pregnant. Yeah! So here we had a 42-year-old lady who had managed to fall pregnant naturally after two miscarriages. And I was overjoyed, and there wasn't particularly much, I didn't have to have any extra attention. The only thing with antenatal and the midwives, the only thing extra which I had with my other ones was, because I I had recessive negative blood type, I needed to have extra tests to make sure that the antibodies wasn't crossing over from the unborn baby into my system. Those who have recipe negative will know exactly what, negative blood type, will know exactly what I'm on about, and especially if you're a mum. So everything was looking great. I was 42. I went and had my booking in appointment at the midwife, and I remember sitting there, and the way she spoke to me, bless her heart, was like looking at me and how on earth did you manage to fall pregnant at 42? Because society basically think that anything over 35 to fall pregnant is like you're really old. So I was having a beautiful pregnancy. I had the morning sickness, you name it, you know, all the normal symptoms and ailments when being pregnant. That's what I was having, but everything was fine. So Sophia was due, my baby was due in June, and I'd had some routine blood tests in the December, and I hadn't heard back from them, and I just presumed, so I went to the hospital, had the blood test, and I just presumed everything was okay. And so the reason why I'm sharing this is that this is why I ended up going on thyroxine. Hi Lorraine, thanks for joining, thanks for the hearts, darling. So I'd had the blood results, nothing had came back, and I just presumed everything was fine. Come April, May, however, I'd had a letter saying that unfortunately my blood results from December the year before, you know, had actually shown that my underactive thyroid, my thyroid had become underactive. I have to admit I went into complete meltdown because I'd been so careful of making sure my body had the right support nutritional wise, and then to hear that I'd gone underactive thyroid, had gone underactive, was quite a shock, and also there was added consequences to it as well. Those that know about underactive thyroid and being pregnant will also know that if you're lacking in thyroxine, this will go on to affect your unborn baby. So I quickly assessed the situation, and I decided there and then, because the time had gone, there'd been a good couple of months, 3 months, where my body had not had the the hormone, and this was potentially going to threaten my baby. And how it affects the unborn child is it can cause brain damage. So at that point I had decided I would take thyroxine. I sat in my doctor's surgery and I said to him, you know, have you really got to be on this medication for life? And he said, yes. And I said, I don't want to be on it for life. You know, I managed to cure it before, and I feel so much better doing it the way I have done it. He looked at me with a smile. So basically, I went on to have a beautiful baby. She was born on the 20th of June 2012, and she was healthy, happy baby. And it was sometime after that I then went back to the vitamins and the minerals and starting to cure my underactive thyroid. A couple of things I want to mention about is why I wanted to do it my way. I don't really know why. All I know is that because I'd managed to heal it, and I had an amazing journey learning about the thyroid, I just felt compelled to heal it the way that I'd healed it before. And it was only the fact that my body was carrying a baby that I decided to go on thyroxine. So that's what I wanted to make clear to you. That is why I was on thyroxine in the beginning. It's because I was pregnant, and it could affect the baby. Now, one of the things I wanted to say is that I'd like you to go and research how many people have healed themselves of an uncurable disease. Because when I go and share about the fact that I have cured an uncurable disease, people look at me slightly odd, almost, and actually have said, you can't cure yourself from underactive thyroid. So my task for you guys is put in the comments, whether you're watching this on the replay or watching it now, tell me how many people you know have cured themselves from either stage 4 cancer and like being on their deathbed, dying, and then waking up and it all being cured. Because I know several. And Vianna Stabell is one of them, and there's so much information out there how people have taken control of their life and healed their bodies, because every problem in the body it can have found a solution, and it doesn't have to be the solution that we're brought up to think, you know, that's the way it is. It's always best to apply how it works for you, how best it will support you. And in the long run, healing my underactive thyroid was definitely the best option for me. There are people that I know that have healed it, and I will put some links in the comments box below. I'll put a link into Andrea, the herbalist, who helped me start my journey of curing my underactive thyroid. I still see her now. She's truly amazing. The other person is Medical Medium. I don't know if any of you follow this guy, but basically you won't be able to see it's back to front, but he's bringing out a book at the end of the year on thyroid, so that'll be a good one to look at if you're thinking about wanting to perhaps look into all sorts of other alternatives. So that's it for me. Next Wednesday I'll be doing more about the research and what books I used, what vitamins and minerals, researching about them, because they're not all as good as you think they are. There's a lot of fillers, and yeah, so I look forward to seeing you guys next Wednesday. If you have any questions, by all means private message me or email on my website. My website, you'll find me at www.Rachel, R-A-C-H-E-L, Allanach, ALLANACH.com, and I look forward to connecting with you soon. Bye bye for now.